On one hand, you have the beautiful message of redemption from the Red Dead franchise, conveyed through Arthur Morgan's sacrifice for his brother, John Marston, all in the hopes of letting him have a chance to raise his family. Also seen through John's final stand in Red Dead Redemption 1. These are the heroic loving acts of our beloved protagonists, all for the sake of offering their lives so another person can live on with a better one. At least until you begin to realize it was all for nothing! Arthur wanted for John what he had always wanted himself. An opportunity to settle down with the woman he loves and raise a family together. But what do these poor bastards have in common? They both died for absolutely no reason at all. John initially didn't follow the code and decided to take revenge on Micah, which would eventually lead to his arrest. Now that I think about it, it went even further back than that, as it's initially revealed in the epilogue that the whole reason they are on the run again is because John didn't like the way a dude was looking at him and decided he shouldn't breathe anymore because of it.
You killed a feller up by Roanoke?
Sure did.
After enduring the countless hardships of securing his family a hopeful future, John is shot dead like a dog in the street. It appears the only thing John managed to do was create a legendary blaze of glory that gamers would remember until they go senile. Because little old Jack only went and done what got everyone caught in the end. But did it really end that way for Jack? Some say he most likely got drafted off into the European front in 1914, and some say he was also shot and killed, following the pattern of wasted potential. But what if I told you there might actually be a happy ending to Jack's story? And in this video, I'll be going over all the new evidence I've gathered that suggests Jack went on to fulfill his lifelong dream after avenging his father. Red Dead veterans from the days of old will remember how much Jack wanted to pursue a career as a writer.
I read in the newspaper that ranching's dead. Soon it'll just be factories and businesses around here.
You shouldn't believe everything you read.
I was thinking, maybe I might be a businessman.
I thought you wanted to be a writer.
Well, I could be both. A rich industrialist who writes novels about the Old West on the side.
You can be whatever you want, son, but for now, let's concentrate on getting some food on the table. Unless you're planning on striking literary gold in the next day or two, that is.
Often found taking little strolls around the ranch, book in hand, and daydreaming his time away. His love for books goes as far back as his early years in the gang, where Hosea would help him learn to read, just as he did with Arthur and John.
Here, I hadn't forgotten about that storybook you lost.
Thanks so much, Uncle Arthur. Why are you doing this?
Even the books Jack is found reading in the epilogue once belonged to Hosea. A bookworm is an understatement. He's more like an Alaskan bookworm. A soldier he was most likely not, but a successful writer? It may seem so. As we've seen with the recent GTA 6 trailer and numerous other references, Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead are in fact connected, in some form or another. With this in mind, it makes the Red Dead Easter eggs in Grand Theft Auto games much more interesting. The one that specifically comes to mind in this scenario is when players located the book in Franklin's house titled Red Dead by Jack Marston. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to infer that the J in Jack Marston is really Jack Marston. Maybe you could say this means John, but canonically speaking, it makes way more sense for it to be Jack. And it doesn't end there. Oh no, it goes a lot deeper than that. It could also be that we've even seen actual quotes from this book in Red Dead Redemption 2. Upon the intro we all stood before for the first time, mouth agape and overwhelmed with anticipation, are the quotes that ominously foreshadow the game's story. Personally, I'm more than convinced that these are the words of Jack, taken from his book or even possibly his biography that was found in Grand Theft Auto 5. What do you think? Could this be a plausible theory to support what actually happened to Jack? Or do you think you're listening to a quack? But for a game where there's always a good ending, but never a happy one, I find it pretty hard to believe there's any chance Jack did anything other than become an outlaw or a bag of bones. Hints for this can be found all throughout his life, alongside with his frequently mentioned desire to become a writer. In 1899, at just 4 years old, he stuns everyone within earshot with his shocking proclamation of wanting to be a gunslinger when he grows up.
But I want to be a gunslinger when I grow up.
Over my dead body.
From the beginning, there's that confliction of interests for Jack at such a young age. He aspires to be a writer due to his influential love for reading and storybooks, but at the same time, due to the environment he was brought up in, he becomes too familiar with violence and is a lot more comfortable around it than most folk. This also leads to his later developing ambitions to become an outlaw. The reason why this outcome is unfortunately more than likely is because the desire for an honest living was squandered by John himself. It was no surprise for anyone paying attention that John never showed much interest initially in Jack's potential in his literary abilities, but rather wanted him to be a decent worker, more of a man, than wasting all this time in his fantasy stories.
You're always telling me I read too many books, that I'm not a real man.
I never said that.
Don't you put those stupid ideas in the boy's head. He's gonna do something better than this.
Like what? Writing silly stories?
I'm sorry, Abigail.
Abandonment is something Jack feared from John, as he'd already left Jack a few times prior to returning back home for the final time in Red Dead Redemption 1. We get a bit more background to this in Red Dead Redemption 2 when John is mentioned to have left Jack when he was very young, something Arthur struggled to forgive him for during Red Dead 2's story.
What is it with you and him?
He disappeared on us for a while. When Jack was real young. A long while.
What are you doing? He did?
And we was family, you know? Guess I still ain't fully forgiven him for that.
Possible traumatic response to John's abandonment is shown in Red Dead 1 when Jack attempts dangerous stunts to impress John, all with the hopes that it would supposedly prevent John from leaving again.
I just thought if I could do something you'd like, maybe you wouldn't go away again.
Son, I ain't going anywhere.
And also, the separation between John and Abigail was probably not the best thing they could have done after Jack had just witnessed his father basically brain 3 dudes on the way back from their run into town. These extended periods of time between Jack and John seeing each other was very detrimental to his developing mind and relationship with his father. And naturally, as a result of the violent nature of his surroundings growing up, you can see the knobs turning in Jack's head, where the life by the gun is beginning to excite him.
Oh, Pa, that was so much fun! I can't rightly believe it, just like in the books.
We'll do it again soon. Now get to your chores.
After one of their hunting trips, he jokingly suggests that he and John should become a father-son outlaw duo like one of the ones from his story.
You know, we could be outlaws, you and me.
All we did was kill a few wolves.
Well, I read a book about a father and son who robbed banks. One-Armed Willie, that was his name.
I'm happy with my 2 arms, if you don't mind.
Just imagine it, though. John and Jack Marston, most wanted men in the West.
And what about your mom?
Well, I mean, we still come home.
You live in a dream world. It ain't like they tell it in books. And it ain't no way to live life. It was ugly and brutal.
All right, jeez. I was only joking around.
You'll have a farm of your own. You can read and write. Don't waste your life, son. Don't live like I had to.
The bear he attempts to hunt possibly even being the same one we had seen years earlier in Red Dead Redemption 2's story. Though if John hadn't shown up when he did, Jack would have just been a big pile of bear caca. This was a learning experience for young Jack, to know his boundaries and approach things calmly. The ride back home is where Jack is the most transparent of his emotions, and in my opinion, one of the most revealing moments of the entire series. Jack finally addressing the past directly to John.
You think I don't know what you did back in the old days? I'm not stupid.
You could have fooled me.
You think I didn't sit up and listen to Dutch and Bill telling all those stories? You think I don't know who you are?
It ain't no secret I didn't get these scars falling over in church.
But nobody tells me anything. You and Ma pretend like nothing happened.
We just want a better life for you, son. Now rest. We'll have you home soon.
What do you think really happened to Jack after Swiss cheesing Edgar Ross? Did he become a soldier in World War I? Did he become a writer like he had wanted? Or did he become an outlaw until the end? You can let me know in the comments. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to visit my channel and watch the video. As always, I truly appreciate it, you freaks. Let me know what you thought of the video, and let me know if you have any suggestions for another video you'd like to see. Also, while you're at it, I'm curious what your opinions are of Jack in general. How do you like him as a playable character in Red Dead Redemption 1's post-story gameplay? Does he deserve all the hate, or is he just really not that bad? To be honest with you, I'd rather play as Red Dead Redemption 1 Jack than Red Dead Redemption 2 Epilogue John. Hope everyone has a happy holiday season, and see you in the next one, guys.